Michael Pickens is the CEO of Pac Crest Botanicals, a holistic CBD company, as well as a certified hypnotherapist specialising in teaching people how to reprogram their subconscious minds. He's also the author of 3 books, including Create Your Freedom, 90 Days to Transform Your Life, and the creator of the new Subconscious Reprogramming mini course. And Michael is on the line with us here. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic, Toby. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
So what actually is subconscious reprogramming?
Yeah, so imagine having a bad habit that you just can't get rid of, whether it's smoking cigarettes or drinking too much alcohol or eating too much fast food or candy bars, or maybe it's something else. You can put anything in that spot that you want, right? So subconscious reprogramming is taking that bad habit and replacing it with a good habit in your subconscious mind. So a habit is something that has been ingrained in your subconscious mind to where you do it and you're not really aware that you do it, right? So like smoking cigarettes, people are just used to it, pulling a cigarette out, lighting it, smoking it. They're just used to it. Now it's become a habit over time. So we use hypnotherapy, and in the mini course specifically, I teach people how to do this for themselves. And a lot of the times, if you were to hire a hypnotherapist or a regular therapist, you have to go back and see them every week, every other week, every month, right? You're paying them hundreds and thousands of dollars over the course of a year to be able to replace those bad habits with good habits. Now, with the subconscious mini course that I've created, I teach people how to do it themselves, and it's only $47. So for the rest of their life, they're going to be able to basically reprogram their subconscious mind to take any actions that they want to take and do it to where it's almost effortlessly because it's become ingrained in their subconscious.
And I suppose there might be a lot of people listening thinking, well, I don't smoke, this isn't for me, but this could be for absolutely anything, right? Even if it's a really minor thing.
Yeah. So let's take sales, for example, because I'm in business and I'm in sales. So a habit that I created for myself is waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning every morning, right? Getting to bed by 10 p.m. Being able to make sales calls confidently and courageously. Whereas some people, you get some fear when you're about to make a sales call, right? So you can use subconscious reprogramming for pretty much anything to improve relationships, to improve your health, going to the gym or working out or whatever it is you want to improve. Have you seen a movie called Inception?
Yes.
So Leonardo DiCaprio, in that movie, it's all about incepting an idea or concept in someone's mind, right? And that's what the whole movie is about. And what it really is, if you think about it, this is happening to us every day. If you watch the news or if you listen to the radio, there are commercials on the radio and they're trying to incept an idea in your mind. If you're watching TV, they call it television programming. They're telling you a vision and they're programming you with it, right? So it is happening every day all around us. And once you become aware, and then once you become knowledgeable to this and you understand how it works, you can then reprogram your subconscious mind how you want instead of getting programmed by someone else or the television or the media or commercials and big companies, right? So it's very empowering once you learn it.
As a salesperson, have you ever used hypnosis to convince someone to buy all your products?
No. Actually, yes and no. So I haven't hypnotized someone to buy my products, but if someone buys something or goes to our website and signs up for our newsletter, they get emails, right, that showcase our products and other testimonials. Maybe they watched one of our YouTube videos and they're learning about our products. So if they watch 7 YouTube videos, more than likely they're going to purchase one of our products, but they're voluntarily doing that. So it's not like I am hypnotizing someone, a client, and hypnotizing them to buy our products. We don't do that. That I think is more of a nefarious way to use hypnotherapy.
Yeah.
So you bring up a really good point, right? So when you hire a hypnotherapist, you're basically trusting them with your subconscious mind that they won't do anything nefarious, right? That they won't trick you or hypnotize you to give them all your money or whatever it is, which is why I really like what I put together, because I teach people how to do it for themselves. So they don't have to trust anyone. They don't have to worry about it. They're getting exactly what they want.
Yeah. The thing with hypnotherapy is you have to want to be hypnotized, right? So does it require a lot of will from the person to quit smoking or whatever it is? They're not going to get anywhere if they don't feel strongly about it.
Correct. Yeah. So the course is called Reprogram Your Subconscious Mind for Success and Freedom. And I don't tell people what success and freedom looks like to them. They have to decide what success and freedom looks like to them, because it's different for everyone. So if success and freedom to them means freedom from harmful cigarettes, then they have to decide that. And then once they decide that and make the decision, like, I'm going to be a non-smoker, I am only going to breathe in air that is good for me. Right. Once they decide that, then they could move forward that direction. But deep down, if they don't want it, if it's a fleeting thought, then it's not really going to work.
Does it require patience?
It does require repetition. So the way that we set people up in this course is that we first figure out what it is they want, and then we help put the path in place for them. And then the reprogramming of the subconscious mind comes in the form of creating new core beliefs. So I relate it to a computer hard drive. Okay, so you have a computer hard drive and you have software running on that hard drive. And maybe that software is, smoking cigarettes. That's the software. I smoke cigarettes. And we have to basically delete that software program and add new lines of code. So the new lines of code would be, I am someone that's healthy and happy, breathing in clean air. I only breathe in clean air because I know that it'll benefit me and lead to a longer lasting life with my family. Being able to bring the emotion into it and then back it up with logic, right? So people buy an emotion and back it up with logic, and the logic in that situation is that they're going to be able to live a longer life if they want to. Some people don't really want to. Some people aren't very happy. So it's really unfortunate, right? But that also can be tweaked in the subconscious as well.
So what's the success rate like for subconscious reprogramming? And in the events where it is unsuccessful, how much of that is to do with the person?
The key is staying consistent with it. And at the end of the course, everyone who goes through it will end up with a recording of their own voice using the new reprogramming code that they create. And what we do is add on binaural beats to the recording. Binaural beats change the frequency in the brain to where it's more susceptible to a suggestion, right, in the subconscious mind. And then we also add on instrumental music, whatever type of music you like. There's instrumental versions of it, so where it becomes more familiar and easier to go into the subconscious. So we've never had anyone fail and go back as long as they stick with it for 90 days. The issue is sticking with it for 90 days, right? So as long as they're consistent with it and they listen to it every single day for at least 3 times a day, they're successful with it.
So what are some of the misconceptions that may exist with subconscious reprogramming? And maybe do you ever have clients that maybe get things slightly wrong?
So the misconceptions is that it's like woo-woo, right? So it's not, it's more mystical, or it is like, like stage hypnotherapy, right? Where you got someone on stage and they're having someone cluck like a chicken and dance around and like doing all kinds of crazy things, right? This is more scientific, because if you do something every single day for 90 days, days, guess what? It becomes an ingrained habit in your subconscious mind. This is science. It's not woo-woo. It's not out there. It's not magic. So that's probably the biggest one.
So how did you get into subconscious reprogramming and CBD as well in the first place?
Yeah, so I got into subconscious reprogramming through personal development in my early 20s, right? I was in construction and I wanted to get out of construction, and I wanted to get into a career that was more rewarding, and I needed to learn new skills. So I first my cousin actually gave me a course called Maximum Confidence by Jack Canfield. Jack Canfield also wrote Chicken Soup for the Soul and The Success Principles and a few other books as well. And I went through his personal coaching program, and in there, he basically teaches that you can become whoever you want to become. You just have to give yourself permission. And then first step actually is to take responsibility, 100% responsibility for the position that you're in. And then once you do that, then you can now take steps forward towards the life you're choosing to have, right? And then once I learned about that, and in that course, Maximum Confidence, he talks about subconscious reprogramming. It's a small piece to it. So I focused in on that small piece, and I actually got certified as a hypnotherapist. I've been through 2 different training programs because I wanted to see the differences in the training programs. And what I found is that they're really expensive, and there's a lot of filler. There's a lot of fluff in it, a lot of backstory stuff, how hypnotherapy started. And there's not a whole lot of the meat and the actual steps that you take. So I've really distilled that down into, an hour-long course. You can get through my entire mini course in an hour. And at the end, you'll have this recording that you can start transforming your life immediately.
And it's interesting you describe yourself as a hypnotherapist. What is the difference between a hypnotist and hypnotherapist?
Sure. So a hypnotherapist really works with people one-on-one, and they do it in more of a clinical setting, whereas a hypnotist will be at your county fair or will be at an event, or they go into schools, right? And they're working big crowds and they're bringing people up on stage, right? That's the difference between the two. The hypnotherapist is doing it to really help the individual improve themselves, and the hypnotist is doing it for entertainment value.
Yeah. So is there a difference between your two skills, or do you have exactly the same skills and qualifications? It's just that you're doing different things with it.
The hypnotist is more of a stage performer. So I've never done that. I've never done any stage performing. I have given talks on stage and done trainings on stage, but I've never done hypnotism on stage. So
yeah. Do you think though that hypnotism could actually help you become a better stage performer, whether you're an actor, a musician, or whatever? If you don't have the confidence, maybe it helps you with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can reprogram your subconscious mind to confidently speak in front of audiences, to confidently convey your message in front of audiences. And I actually did this. I used subconscious reprogramming before I became a trainer or a teacher, where I'm up on stage speaking to a large group of people. And you could basically use this for whatever. When creating my course, I hypnotized myself and added new subconscious programming that I work on my course an hour or more every single day. And that's what I did. And in 30 days, I had the course completed.
Wow.
And you could do that. So if you're looking to write a book, you can hypnotize yourself that you get up at 4:00 in the morning and you start working on your book, and you work on it from 4 to 6 before you go to your job, or before you go to work. And that's the thing. A lot of people, they leave their dreams behind to work a career, and it's understandable because people need to make a living, but you have to make time for your dreams, right? Whether it's before work or after work, you have to fit it in there. And if you're able to reprogram your subconscious mind to where it's automatic, it's so much more easier to do it.
And waking up at 4:00 in the morning, are you able to hypnotize yourself to be a morning person and actually kind of want to get up at that time? Or is it just a case of hypnotizing yourself to wake up at that time, but you'll still hate it?
You can hypnotize yourself to wake up early and love it. normally you're doing it for a purpose.
Yeah.
Right. So this morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm up, I made breakfast, played with the dogs, and then came into the office. And now I'm here talking to you. It's 6:15 in the morning over
Wow.
here. So
early. And that's the thing, because most people, the only reason you'd get up at that time is if you've got to get a flight. And that's just horrible being up at that time, isn't it? So how exactly does it work to retrain your mind? I guess it's convincing you to go to bed early as well in order to actually get enough sleep.
Sure, absolutely. And it's not for everyone, right? Some people are more creative at night, and that's okay. And it just, whatever you think works best for you. But see, I have to start on my CBD business at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's when I have employees come in. I have to get everything situated. So I've got to be here earlier than that anyways. So getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning makes it to where I can work on some of this other stuff that I really love to do. And then I have plenty of time going into my normal day-to-day activities.
So what advice would you have for somebody who is maybe interested in your course, but maybe they've tried some hypnotherapy stuff before and it hasn't really worked out for them?
Sure. So I would first recommend going through the course. It's only $47. So if someone has tried hypnotherapy, they've probably paid 5 times that for one session.
Yeah.
And they probably paid for multiple sessions. So if you've tried it before, go ahead, sign up for the course. We also have group coaching. So every single week, I get together for 2 hours with other people who are also creating new subconscious reprogramming to accomplish their goals. And it's really good too, because it's accountability with a group of people who are all positive, who are all working towards whatever goals they are. They're all super supportive of everyone else in the group. So there's that. And then I do one-on-one sessions as well, where we're going to go through that same process of my mini course, but I'll do most of the heavy lifting for someone else.
Yeah.
So I create the recording. I'm the one that gets it all set up and adds the music to it and the binaural beats and walks them through the whole process of figuring out what it is, what success and freedom means to them, and then helping them figure out the path and then create those new subconscious core programming and the core beliefs about themselves.
So in the not too distant future, what's coming up for you? I mean, do you have plans to maybe improve the course and any other kind of projects or books that you've got?
Yeah, so I do have a book that I'm working on, and I'm calling it The Liberated Mind. And it's all about freeing yourself from subconscious programming that's not serving you. And, freedom from addiction, freedom from, those limiting beliefs that are holding you back, freedom from propaganda, and being able to recognize it, when someone's trying to program you, when the media or commercials or anything else, like you're able to recognize it immediately and your filter blocks it off. So in that movie Inception, he talks about the subconscious defense, right? Whereas the main person who they're trying to do Inception on has been trained. They train their subconscious to fight off any attempts at getting in and doing Inception, right? So it's kind of the same way, because if you're trained to identify propaganda and identify when someone else is trying to program you with their speech or whatever, you're able to block that. Like it's an automatic filter that comes up and says, hey, hang on, that's what's happening. And you're able to recognize it so you don't fall for it. So that's what I'm working on.
Sounds exciting. And in the meantime, where can we find your subconscious reprogramming mini course and everything else that you'd want us to find?
So the website is freedomfocusfriends.com. freedomfocusfriends.com. And you can go there and access the mini course and the group coaching and the one-on-one coaching. So, but the caveat is that you have to go through the mini course before you can even get into the group coaching or the one-on-one coaching, because we want people who already have some base knowledge before they join the rest of the group.
Well, many thanks for talking to us today. It's been great to have you on.
Toby, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.